It is now time for us to have sharing from three superior generals of three different religious congregations which are seriously involved in the mission across India. The first presentation or the sharing of the experiences and practical concerns will be made by Reverend Father John Kandathinkara, the Superior General of the Vincentian Congregation. Father John holds a PhD in Pastoral Counseling from Loyola University in Maryland, USA. And he had served the congregation as the Provincial Superior of St. Thomas Province, Delhi. And currently, he is leading the Vincentian Congregation as its Superior General. Now, may I request Father John Kandathinkara to begin his sharing on the concerns in the context of multiple jurisdiction in India. Father John, please.
Dear Reverend Father Syro Chakalical CMI, the President of the SMRC, Reverend Fathers who are participating in this program, Reverend Sisters, Reverend Brothers, and all those who are helping also to streamline this for everybody. So I would also like you to thank and congratulate Father Syro for arranging this and for the warm welcome that he has given, as well as Father Jerry. I didn't expect to get all the details. I just wanted to give the information as Father Syro had asked. But anyway, thanks for your kind introduction. And so I also was listening to Father Francis Tony Parra, as well as Sister Maria Therese. Both of them actually enlightened us regarding the historical aspects as well as the canonical aspects of working together, collaborating in the as a sui juris church in India as well as abroad. So there has been great contribution from their part and very enlightening. I would like to congratulate both of them for the input that they have given. So it is without question that we all know that Syro-Malabar Church has contributed greatly in the development and spread of the mission of the church all over India and even abroad. Of course, all India jurisdiction came only recently, but then our fathers and sisters, brothers, all worked in different areas of India, not necessarily under the Syro-Malabar Church jurisdiction, but under the Latin Church as missionaries working in the dioceses as well as in religious congregations. And the development that happened in India in terms of mission, of course, happened because of the sweat of many of the Syro-Malabar faithful, especially the priests and religious. And so that we can see when we also received certain dioceses since the 60s, as Father Francis was saying. And since then, we see great work going on in the Syro-Malabar dioceses, and religious as well as diocesan priests work together, try to collaborate together. And of course, the establishment of these dioceses happened mainly because of the collaboration of the diocese or the eparchy with the religious congregations. And that is why these dioceses came about. I was working in the Diocese of Miao in Arunachal for some time. Of course, that is a Roman Rite diocese. But then that was established in 2005. And since then, of course, it has developed very fast. And they were trying to bifurcate that diocese for, in the past. But of course, the Holy See did not permit that. But then the work, serious work that is happening there in that diocese is because of the collaboration the bishop had with several religious congregations. And anywhere the religious fathers and sisters are working, you can see the progress in the locality, as well as the effect of that among the people. Of course, Northeast, as some of you may know, has been a mission territory of the SDB fathers. And so that collaboration definitely will now help spread the Syro-Malabar Church also in different parts of India, as well as in other parts of the world. However, as I was working in some of the North India as well as in Northeastern places, I've come across some of the bishops as well as priests who worry about the all India jurisdiction of the Syro-Malabar Church. Some of them feel they are somewhat suspicious what will happen with the Syro-Malabar Church coming in their locality, whether that is going to enhance the preaching, disturb the already existing peaceful atmosphere of the Syro-Malabar Church and the Latin Church. Whether they will also receive, they freely receive, service from the Syro-Malabar religious communities. Some of them sort of show reluctance in now taking Syro-Malabar communities because of this jurisdiction, because they are afraid that some of the institutions that they set up in the dioceses will eventually remain with the Syro-Malabar Church. And so they express some skepticism regarding this matter. And so it is important to see that we, as we do the ministry in the Syro-Malabar, as we expand with the all India jurisdiction, addresses some of these concerns of the Latin Rite Church as well. That is because we have been helping, and the Latin Church understands that we have been helping in the spread of the gospel. But when we are independent, how much of a help that we are going to contribute in the Latin Church and also in the spread of the gospel. So some of the Syro-Malabar bishops also I have come across insist that the Syro-Malabar religious should completely work in the Syro-Malabar dioceses. Of course, whether that is practical is a good question. Some of them say, of course, Sister also mentioned, some of the institutions that will come under the Syro-Malabar Church, even when we work under the Latin Church. And so such concerns also are there for the hierarchy in the Latin Church. And so how will we address this? Actually, Father Saju knows and others who participated know that we had a meeting with the Syro-Malabar hierarchy, those who are in charge of the religious, the Cardinal included, and His Beatitude, George Cardinal Alancheri, has been very open in this matter. He stated that all the contracts that the religious have made with the Latin Church will remain as it is, and there is no need of change. He also further said that all the rights should grow, and there shouldn't be any kind of conflict in this matter. And so we should collaborate instead of, becoming sort of a threat to one another. Also, he has been mentioning that just in case we all belong to the Syro-Malabar Rite, and we can recruit students from Latin Rite, but if it comes to a time when there are several Latin Rite priests or religious sisters in our communities, we can think of assigning some of the houses as Latin Rite houses. Or if needed, if I understand Cardinal right, we can also raise a Latin Rite province under, of course, the congregation. So he has been, in his message, trying to smoothen some of the fears that the Latin churches have expressed. And so I think that is a welcome approach and open approach from the Cardinal. And in the special situation of India, we cannot now be extremely competitive. Instead, we have to be collaborative. That collaboration, I think, should come from within, of course, the Syro-Malabar Church as well. We should avoid narrow mentality, closed attitudes or somewhat of a fundamentalist attitude, that is to say, only Syro-Malabar Church or the liturgy is the best in the world. Of course, it has its beauty. We all appreciate that. But then we shouldn't put down other liturgies. When I say this, some extreme views I have also come across from priests and even in seminary formation, where the students are told that Latin liturgy is bad. This bad is my statement, but of course that attitude, of course that message is conveyed. And so some of the seminarians who have been formed like that when they got out of the seminary, later happened to work in some of the Latin dioceses, reported saying, why should we blame this liturgy? It's a beautiful liturgy. So we should be, I think, open, like the Cardinal has expressed his mind, to other, liturgies, especially to the Roman Rite liturgy, since that is more prevalent in the Indian context. And we should appreciate that. We should be open to that. We should be willing to at least, concelebrate with them and join their feasts and all that. Of course, many of our religious, as well as many of the priests and religious who have the background or originally Syro-Malabar work in many of these dioceses. And so we shouldn't be hating it. And it's against the Christian charity. We have an animosity or kind of a distance from this. We all work together and we should cooperate together. Similarly, the collaboration within the Syro-Malabar Church, I think, is also very important. That is to say, in building up of many other dioceses in India, not only regarding the Syro-Malabar Church and other dioceses also, Latin rites also, religious congregations have contributed a great deal. And because of that, dioceses have been established. And once the dioceses have been established, of course, this religious need not stick on to the diocese, they can move it to other areas. But at the same time, they should be made use of within the diocese if possible. I'm not saying everywhere. That is to say, collaborative ministry, even in Kerala, it can be done. That is to say, instead of competing with various ministries, we should be complementary. Suppose diocesan priests are running the parishes, where the religious should contribute in whatever way that the parish priest, wishes to engage the religious. Definitely, that is a good thing to do. At the same time, it may be a good idea to entrust some of the parishes to the religious and not to take it away from them, because religious can also, in the parish, contribute a great deal. Similarly, if there are also ministries done by religious, there should be a competition. That is to say, a parallel program of the same shouldn't be going in the dioceses, because parishes are there. That should be fostered, and people have to be nourished, and parish is the best platform for that. And so less competition, especially regarding schools or retreat centers or social work or many other ministries that religious do, let them do, and let the diocese encourage and collaborate with them. For the parish, let the religious collaborate, and that way, let there be collaboration. I think I'm talking too much, so I will quickly conclude. Also, consider the women religious and use their potential. That is to say, many of the religious nuns are qualified, trained. They have been working in schools, and they can be made use of in the growth of the parish, especially in council. There are plenty of problems in families, many challenges people face, and the religious can definitely offer great contribution in building up of the parishes and dioceses, and so that should be made use of, is what I think. Also, the liturgies. Our liturgy is beautiful, but at the same time, when we see some of the priests who are based in Syro-Malabar liturgy, maybe because of the length or whatever, for daily use, resort to the Roman Rite liturgy in private prayers, as well as in private masses and all that. Why does it happen? We need to study that, and then make liturgies in way. Of course, it is not within the power of the religious to do that. Of course, we can suggest things in such a way that some reform is brought about and everybody enjoys a daily mass. Not that we don't enjoy it at this time. People also, during the COVID season, many of the people who attended the Roman Rite Mass for the first time on the net have been commenting, it's a beautiful Mass. It gets over very fast. And so some of them said, I now regularly attend to that Mass. So we should be open and instead of being narrow-minded. At the same time, yes, we should work for the evangelization in a collaborative manner within the diocese and all over India, and as it happens now, abroad. Thank you very much, Father Saju, and all those who have been listening to me. And our collaboration may it find fruit in the field everywhere that we work. Thank you very much.